today's session, confusing verbal reasoning topics simplified. Right. So I'm sure that some of you might have attended my previous sessions also. How many of you have attended my previous open sessions? Can you confirm? Okay. So some of you are saying first time, and some of you are saying that they have attended. So for the sake of those who are attending it for the first time, let me introduce myself and then we'll proceed. I am Siddharth Mehta. I am verbal and English faculty associated with Career Launcher for past 12 years. I am the author and the mentor of CR Nuggets, Critical Reasoning Nuggets for Law Exam program, in which I have dealt with the critical reasoning topics in quite detailed manner. So today I am going to conduct this or teach you few confusing topics. Now I have conducted 4-5 open workshops before, and in front of me there was I had this. I mean, many students ask me questions on logical consistency, and I find that logical consistency is a easy topic, but I don't know, many students get confused in logical consistency and statement and argument question. Of course, a statement and argument is not as simple as logical consistency, personally my choice. Then I thought that it is better if I conduct a small session on both the topics, tell you the basics of both the topics and how to attempt the question. So this is the purpose of today's session. We will be dealing with the two topics: logical consistency and statement and argument type of questions. You can definitely expect these type of question, particularly logical consistency you can expect in all the exams. Statement and argument, maybe if not in CLAT, but in other exams definitely. And even in CLAT, the application of statement and argument questions you will definitely find. Okay, so with this, let me start the session. You can just confirm once, are we good to go? My voice is clear, and then we can start. Okay. So this is the session's objective today. I promise you that if you follow my instructions, this is what will happen by the end of session. I don't know what stage you are in, how much you understand, but in the logical consistency part, I will ensure that you achieve 100% accuracy. This is my first objective. I want each student of Career Launcher to get 100% accuracy in logical consistency. And I will help you achieve 80% accuracy in statement and argument. Why I'm saying 80%? Because this is more subjective in nature. This is very subjective in nature. So sometimes we feel that an argument is very strong because our ideology or belief is like that, but actually the examiner doesn't think like that. Logical consistency, you will always get a same answer. If examiner is giving you a question and if you are solving it in a proper manner, it is like maths, it is like analytical reasoning. You will always get to the right answer, and two people should always get into the right answer if they follow proper process. That is why I'm saying I will ensure 100% accuracy. I will teach you the ways to handle different type of questions in logical consistency. I hope by the name logical consistency, you know what I'm talking about. How many of you don't have any idea that what is logical consistency? Because then it entirely defeats the purpose. My assumption would be wrong. Kindly, anyone who does not know what does logical consistency mean, you can ask without being lot of people. Okay. So this was our assumption that many people would, all of you would be knowing, who are preparing for CAT, would be knowing this. So chalo, I will first and foremost tell you. Now you tell me, have you encountered this kind of questions? If it rains, a statement is given. If it rains, I will carry umbrella. This is a statement which is given. And then there are 4 statements which are again given. And one statement will be like it rains. B will be like it does not rain. C will be like I carry umbrella. D will be like I do not carry umbrella. These are these are the data points which are given, and you are asked to conclude whether if A follows, then can we say that C will definitely happen. These kind of questions. Now tell me, can you recognize? Have you seen these kind of questions? Those who were saying, those who were saying no, I did not, I don't know about this. Are you able to recognize? If A then B, only if A then B, those kind of question. Either it rains or I carry umbrella, either or wale questions. No, this is not syllogism, Utkarsh. Syllogism is all A or B kind of question. Some A or B wale question. This is logical consistency. Okay. Chalo. So some of you know it. I hope majority of you know it, but for few who does not know it, I have told you what kind of questions are this. And with this, let me start the session. This is somebody is asking, is this for school students? I don't know. These topics are for CLAT and law entrance exams. Okay. Right. So what will be the session flow? First and foremost, we will solve questions on logical consistency. I will tell you the approach and we will practice few questions. Then we will see statement and argument questions, and we will see the approach and a few questions. I hope everybody knows what is a statement and argument question. Anybody who does not know statement and argument question, please on the chat box. Who does not know? A statement is given followed by two argument. You need to find out which of the two is a strong argument. A statement is given followed by two argument, and you need to find which of the two is a strong argument. That is a statement and argument question. Okay, chalo, let us begin. Right. So right now, for all those who know what is logical consistency and have seen that kind of question, which of the four things happen with you when you see logical consistency question? Do you run away from it? Do you feel confused, afraid, or you welcome it? Which stage are you in? Okay, I am receiving answers in 3, and few people are saying 4. Many are saying 2 and 3. Okay, some are saying 4 also. That's good. I promise by the end of the session, all of you will be in 4. This is where I aim, right? All of you will be in 4. Let us see. So before we begin and solve the actual question, this is the basic concept that I will discuss. Condition. What do we mean by condition? Condition means something on the basis of which some other thing happens or does not happen, right? So that is a condition. Okay, so conditions are of two types. Listen carefully, guys. Listen carefully. This will not come in exam, but it will definitely help you to understand the topic in better way. Conditions are of two types: necessary condition and sufficient condition. A condition can be necessary, or it can be sufficient, or it can be both necessary and sufficient. Necessary and sufficient. First, let us see what is a necessary condition, right? A condition, the happening of which is absolutely necessary for an event to happen, is the necessary condition. A condition, the happening of which is absolutely necessary for an event to happen, is the necessary condition. For example, water is necessary for life to exist. So water is a necessary condition for life to exist. Water is a necessary condition for life to exist. We need water. But thing to notice is, happening of the necessary condition does not mean that event dependent on it will happen. This we need to remember. This is the difference between necessary and sufficient condition. So for example, we are saying that water is necessary for life to exist. But suppose water is present. Suppose water is present. Can you say that life will definitely exist? Answer me. Will you say that life will definitely exist if water is present? No, right? But we all know water is necessary. We can also say that air is necessary, oxygen is necessary, air is necessary for life to exist. But we cannot say that if air is present, life will be there. So this is necessary condition, right? So for example, although water is necessary for life to exist, it does not mean that presence of water guarantees life, as there are other factors also. This is necessary condition. A necessary condition is one which is absolutely essential for an event to happen. But if that condition is present, that doesn't mean that event will always happen. First and foremost, ये चीज हम समझें, ठीक है? Right? Now the next thing is a sufficient condition. Now necessary we have seen. What is sufficient condition? Sufficient is ulta. A sufficient condition is the one, the happening of which guarantees the dependent event to happen. So this condition, if present, it guarantees that whatever event is dependent on it, it will definitely happen. For example, capital punishment results in death. Capital punishment results in death. All of you know what is capital punishment? Death penalty. All right. So death penalty results in death. That's what it's saying. Capital punishment results in death. Here, capital punishment is sufficient to cause death. Here, capital punishment is sufficient to cause death. Note that converse is not true. What do I mean? What I am saying is that if somebody has died, I will not say it is because of capital punishment. So this is the relation. Okay. In necessary condition and sufficient condition, this is the difference. We will see a lot of questions on this, but you don't have to worry too much about it ki I don't ab mere ko samajh nahi aaya, because in exam they are not going to ask what is necessary and sufficient condition. We will solve question and wo clear ho jayega. So don't worry about that part. Right now you just remember a necessary condition is essential for event to happen. But if it is there, it is not necessary that event will happen. Hoga hi hoga. I can't say. It doesn't. The presence of necessary condition is essential, but does not guarantee. Let me write. It is essential. Necessary is essential, but does not guarantee that event will happen. It is essential for event to happen, but the presence does not guarantee that event will happen, like water. Sufficient condition, it is guaranteed. It guarantees that event will happen, although it is not essential for event to happen. But if it is there, it guarantees. If it is there, it guarantees. If you are awarding capital punishment to someone, it is guaranteed that person will die. But if somebody has died, you can't say that he has died because of capital punishment. That's why it is not essential. Got it? Right? With this much of knowledge and some bit of confusion in your mind, let us proceed. I'm not saying that 100% things are clear. I told you that it will be clear after we solve the questions also. But this is the basic. Okay. Now, let us understand the question stem. What kind of questions come? First and foremost, let us understand the structure of the question. We will be solving logical consistency question using condition and action approach. This is the approach that I want to teach you. Condition and action approach. Before going to approach, let us see the format of the question in logical consistency. This is the format of the question, right? This is the format. In the following sentence, the main statement is followed by 4 sentences each. Select a pair of sentences that relate logically to the given statement. Main statement given is whenever Sam is drunk, he falls sick. And this is followed by A, B, C, D. Sam falls sick. Sam does not fall sick. Sam is drunk. Sam is not drunk. And then you have to mark which of the following pair logically correlates to everything that is given out of A, B, C, and D. We will solve this question. Don't worry. I'm not asking you the answer. This is just the question format. Now, what is condition and action approach? We are going to see. Remember the B.I.T. 3 steps to get the right answer. This is important. What are the 3 steps to get the right answer? First step is break down the main statement into condition and action. Now let us go back. This was the main statement. What am I saying? I am saying break it down into condition and action. Break it down into condition and action. Whenever Sam is drunk, he falls sick. Which of the two is condition here? Sam is drunk is condition or he falls sick is the condition? Tell me. Identify. That's the first step. Sam is drunk is the condition, right? Very simple. Anything followed by if or when is the condition. Anything followed by if or when is your condition. So whenever Sam is drunk, he falls sick. This is condition. And this is the action that happens. This is the action that happens. So first is break it down into two. Now identify the four sentences as condition true, condition false, action true, action false. Remember, step number 2 is identify. First, we have broken the main statement into condition and action. Then we will identify the four sentences as condition true, condition false, action true, and action false. What are these? Let us go. This is your condition, right? Sam is drunk is condition. He falls sick is action. First step we have done. Now we will do second step. Second step, we are saying identify these four, whether these four are condition true, action true, or what. Sam falls sick. Fall sick is the action part. He falls sick is the action part. So Sam falls sick is action true. This is given as action true. What is action true? Something which is given in the statement as action is action true. Opposite of that is action false. Sam does not fall sick is action false. Sam does not fall sick is action false. Sam is drunk is condition true, because that is given as the condition. Sam is drunk is given as the condition. So this is condition true. Sam is not drunk is condition false. So this is our second step. Everything clear till this point? Everything clear till this point? There are 150 people, but I'm getting 15 yes only. Great. So let us proceed and now see what is the third step. Think the two answers. Now, what are these think the two answers? Let us see. Now, think the two answers means for first two step for each type of question is common. The three types of common questions are if and when. This is the first type question. Right now we have seen if and when. The second type of question is only if and only when. And third type of question is either or. We will be looking at these three questions. For all the three type of question, the first two steps are same. The difference come in the third step. Think the two answers. Now, what are the two answers in each case? We will see the first type of question, if, when, and whenever. So whenever the question is of this particular type 1, I am saying if, when, and whenever, this is our approach. If, when, and whenever type of question, this is the approach. Okay, neither nor ke question doesn't come here. These are the type of questions that are equivalent to sufficient condition question. If, when, and whenever are equivalent to sufficient condition question. What was your sufficient condition question? What was the sufficient condition? That the condition, if the condition happens, it guarantees that event will happen. But it is not essential that if event has happened, this has also happened. It guarantees. If condition has happened, it guarantees. So that is why what are the two answers here? These are the two answers. Condition true means action should be true. Don't rush. Be with me. Condition true means action should be true. And the second answer is action false means condition should be false. Let me tell you what does it mean. Let me tell you what does it mean, so it will clear your doubt absolutely. Okay, here is an example. When I read a horror story, I have a nightmare. Let me do the first step. Action is I have a nightmare. I think you can identify. Action is I have a nightmare, and condition is when I read. Everybody with me till this point? This is easy. We have identified it. All right. Now, what am I trying to explain in these two lines is that logically correct statements are when I read a horror story, that means I will have a nightmare. I read a horror story is condition true. is condition true. So whenever condition is true, when I read a horror story, whenever condition is true, I have a nightmare. Automatically, you should able to conclude that means you will get a nightmare. So I could come to you and say, I read a horror story. So you should tell me that means that you will get nightmare. Fine. This is one of the answer. The second answer is, I don't have a nightmare. If I tell you I don't have a nightmare, then you should conclude that means you have not read the story. These are the only two answers. These are the only two answers. Now, many students, they mark the other answers also. We will see what are the other answers which are wrong. Please understand. Let us relate this question to what we have studied. Capital punishment leads to death. So in that case, capital punishment, I am writing it here. Okay, just a minute. So capital punishment, this is a sufficient condition, right? I am saying this is equivalent to sufficient condition. So we saw this example. Capital punishment is the condition and the action is, if you give capital punishment, it will result in death. So what we said there, that if you give capital punishment, that means if condition is true, action will automatically happen. Action will be true. If condition is false, I have not given capital punishment, I cannot say whether somebody has died or not, because death can happen from so many things. So CT80, if condition is true, action will automatically be true. That is one of the answer. If condition is false, I cannot say anything about action being false or not. So that is not the answer. Fine. The other answer is, this is the first answer. The other answer is, if somebody says that it has not resulted in death, then you can say, okay, it has not resulted in death. That means capital punishment was not given. So other answer will be, if action is false, condition will always be false. This is the thing you need to remember. So in the question of if, when, and whenever, these are the two answers, CT80 and AFCF. Now let me tell you, demonstrate this thing to you with this example, which we have seen. So this will be clear. Whenever Sam is drunk, he falls sick. So we are solving whenever and if type of question. I will demonstrate it to you, everything. So don't worry. Just be with me. This is the question given. Break down the action statement into condition and action. So condition is Sam is drunk. Action is he falls sick. Fine. This part is fine. This is the break part. Right? Now let me show you the identify part. What do you identify? You identify the given four statements as Sam falls sick. Sam does not fall sick. Sam is drunk. Sam is not drunk. So we can do that. That is what is given. Sam falls sick. Action true. Sam does not fall sick. Action false. Sam is drunk. Sam is not drunk. Condition true and condition false. Now this is what third step. We stopped at third step. Third step was think the two answers. Now in if and when type of question, the two answers will be CT80 and AFCF. CT80 and AFCF. What is CT80? Let us focus. CT is C, CT is C, AT is A. So one answer could have been CA. Is CA given? No, it is not given. The other option can be AFCF. What is AF? AF is B and CF is D. BD. This is the other answer. So let me see. This is the answer. BD is the answer. Out of the two possible answers, we are given BD in option. Hence, answer is C. Got it? What you need to remember is, if wale question mein CT80 and AFCF is the answer. CT80 and AFCF is the answer. In if, when, and whenever type of question. Got it? Okay, chalo. Next. Now we will see only if and only when questions. Only if and only when questions are equivalent to necessary condition question. What was my necessary condition question? Water is essential This was my condition. And what was the action? For life to exist. This is my necessary condition question. Now necessary condition question के दो answer क्या होते हैं? That we will see. First is condition false means action should be false. What is condition false? Condition false here is water does not exist. Oh, water does not exist. That means life will not exist. Condition false means action false. That will be one answer. We have also seen that if condition is true in this case, only when case if condition is true, that is water is present. Let me mark it as present. If we will say if water is present, you cannot say anything about whether life exists or not. So here only when question condition true does not tell you whether action will be true or not. One answer is CFAF. Other answer is action true means condition should be true. Life exists means you will say, okay, water is necessary. Water is present. If life exists, then you can automatically conclude that water is present. If life does not exist, you cannot say about water because you need several other things for life to exist. So these are the two answers. Let us see again in this example. You can read it and you can perhaps understand. Only when I read a horror story, I have a nightmare. What is the action here? Action is always same. When ke baad wala cheez is your condition, and the other thing that is happening is your action. I have a nightmare is action, and condition is only when I read a horror story. So logically correct answer is I had a nightmare. Action is true. You should automatically conclude that means conclusion is true. Condition is false. That means you should conclude action will be false. So in case of only if and only if and only when, the two answers are CFAF and ATCT. I hope you are making the note. CFAF and ATCT. You cannot get a simpler approach than this to solve the question, guys. Chal. Let us see. Let us solve. Shruti, what is incorrect, beta? I didn't have a nightmare. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the second point. Yeah, sorry. It is an error from my side. You all are right. The second point should have been my action is true and condition should be true. Voila. Okay, we will correct it here, right? So only when Rohan hears of tragedy, he loses sleep. What we will do, first step, I am showing you. Let us break it down to the action and condition. Is everyone with me? That action is Rohan hears of tragedy and condition is Rohan hears of tragedy and action is he loses sleep. This much part fine. Breaking it down fine. Any confusion in this? First and second step is always same. Don't give me the answer, guys. Those who can solve it, brilliant. But for those, I'm just asking you whether you are clear with the first step of breaking down. Only 4 people have responded me. I'm confused. I need more yes. I don't need your answers right now. This part is clear. What is our second part? Identify. Identify means let us identify the given 4 statements as condition true or action true. So what is my condition? Rohan hears of tragedy. So A is condition true. Rohan did not hear of tragedy. Is condition false. Rohan lost sleep. He loses sleep. Is my action true? Rohan did not lose sleep. Is action false? So I have identified this. This part clear. Identification of the 4 given statements clear. What are the 2 answers in only if and only when? If action is true, condition is true. If condition is false, action is false. Right? CFAF and ATCT. So what will be the 2 answers here? CF is this B and D. So one answer will be BD. And other answer is ATCT. That means C and A. So CA is also given, BD is also given. Both A and C are my answer. Step number 3 is think the 2 answers. the two possible answers can be ATCT, CFEF. Fine. Got it? Yes? Perfect. Perfect. The third type is if and only if and when and only when. This will not come in exam. I have never seen this in exam. Dev Priya, what is your doubt? DB. What is DB? DB won't be the answer, na? What is DB here? DB is AF, CF. AF, CF. In only if case, AF, CF is not the answer. अब ध्यान रखेंगे only if and only when में what are my two answers? ATCT and CFAF. Had it been if wala question, if wale में what are my two answers? CT, AT and AFCF. You will practice 5 questions and this will be clear. If and only when and only when. This will not come in exam. Why it will not come in exam? I tell you. These are the union of about two cases and are the simplest. It means condition is both sufficient and necessary. In this type of question, all 4 things are your answer. CTAT, CFAF, ATCT, AFCF are the 4 answers. Now, because there are 4 answers, examiner will never ask because everybody will get the right answer here. But just to tell you that even such kind of question can come. The first type that we have discussed is if and when question. The second type that we have discussed is only if and only when question. Only if and only when question. Fine. Now somebody is again asking me why DB is not the answer in the second question. I have explained you the complete process of identifying the question. Even if you feel that why DB is not the answer, Arohan did not lose sleep. Because in only if only when we are saying action false doesn't mean that condition will be false. Only if only when was that water is present wala part, life exists. So I am saying if life does not exist, I can't say anything about presence of water. Got it? I think Devpriya, you were asking. Are you clear with this now? Yeah. And I will also request you one thing. It is always better if you want to improve your speed now. Don't try to test my formula. Okay, fine. You can test my formula that whatever I'm saying, whether it works or not. Perfectly fine. But in the actual exam, don't try to check the method. I mean, check it whether whether whatever we are applying holds or not. That you will be wasting your time. It will hold. Do it at home. Do not think it in 2-3 different ways that whether I'm coming to the right answer or not. Just apply this. Your job done. 10 seconds to solve the question. Not more than 10, maybe maximum 20 seconds to solve the question. And you will get the right answer. Okay. So this is the summary of what we have studied so far. If when question, answer is CT, AT and AFCF. Only if and only when question, answer ATCT and CFAF. This comma isn't there. CFAF. Please note this. This is the summary of whatever we have done so far. Of course, Akshat, we will be solving either or question also, but this is so far what we have done, what we have learned. Perfect. Can we move? Now the type 4, either or question. Many people get it wrong. Now focus in the here on the slide. Logically, this is what either or means. Forget about what does it mean in the English language and the grammar rule of subject verb agreement. Logically, this is what either or means. Logic of either or means at least one of the given 2 facts or event should be true. What we are saying is at least one should happen. Both can also happen. Fine. Now in the English language, you will say that either or means one is happening. So I will apply the verb ka rule accordingly. But I am talking about logical. What does it mean? It means at least one of the two given facts or events should be true. Both can't be false. Now what happens in either or question? Let us see. Either Deepika is beautiful or Katrina is beautiful. Either Deepika is beautiful or Katrina is beautiful. They can both be beautiful. That's what I am saying. Either or means it's not possible that both are not beautiful. That is the only thing that is not possible. What it means is that it means that at least one of the two events should be true. Even both can be true, but both cannot be false. Only focus till this point. It means that at least one of the two events. What are the two events we are talking about? Deepika is beautiful or Katrina is beautiful. What we are saying is that logically it means that at least one of the two events should be true. Even both can be true, but both cannot be false. It is possible that Deepika is beautiful and Katrina is also beautiful. Possible. But this is not possible that Deepika is not beautiful and Katrina is not beautiful. हो ही नहीं सकता. That is what logical consistency means. So to get to the answer, this is the Ram Ban that you need to remember. So if the first statement is false, second has to be necessarily true, because both the things false cannot happen. Both the events false cannot happen. So if the first statement false, second has to be necessarily true. But if first statement is true, it is not necessary that second has to be false, because true is a possibility. That is what either or is all about. Right? Let us see case one. Just to give you more explanation on it. Suppose it is given Deepika is beautiful. Suppose it is given Deepika is beautiful. Matlab first statement is given as Deepika is beautiful. If this is given, you cannot conclude whether Katrina is beautiful or not beautiful. You cannot say that if one first statement is true, the second will be false. Cannot say. This is incorrect to say. This is incorrect to say, because we said that both the things true is a possibility. Case 2, Deepika is not beautiful means first statement is false. Then definitely you will say that means the second statement has to be true. That means Katrina is beautiful. If Deepika is not beautiful, then Katrina has to be beautiful. This is automatically what you will conclude, and this is the right conclusion. Same with third and fourth. As the way first and second are behaving, same is the case with third and fourth. So you need to remember, for logical consistency in either or, both the facts and events can be true. It is one common misbelief that together both the facts and events cannot be true. This is wrong. Both can be simultaneously true. Both can be simultaneously true. Let me show you through this example. Now this is not a condition wala question. Okay, so either Sam is ill or he is drunk. Let us break the statement into two events, X and Y. How to solve this question? I am demonstrating. Break the main statement into two events, X and Y. Let me pick anything as X, pick anything as Y. So I am picking Sam is ill as X and he is drunk as Y. Thick. Identify four sentences as XT, XF, YT, YF. We can easily do that. I have identified Sam is ill as X, so I'm writing Sam is ill XT. Sam is not ill XF. Sam is drunk YT, and Sam is not drunk YF. Till this point, clear? Till this point, clear? Okay. Now, what can be my answer? चलो यहीं पर हमें दिमाग लगाना है. Think that only XF YF is not possible, or even YF XF is not possible. That means both the things together cannot be false. Only XF YF or YF XF, they are not possible, and then hence if the first is false, second has to be true. If first is false, second has to be true. So what is the first option given to me? First option given to me is AB. What is AB? XT and XF. XT and XF can't be the answer, as the same event cannot be true or and false together. So this is not the answer. Got it? XT and XF, a same thing cannot be true and false together. So that can't be the answer. Second is DA. DA means D stands for YF. Now guys, if Y is false, X has to be true. That is the conclusion that we have drawn. So if Y is false, second one has to be true. This is the answer, because both can't be false together. DA means YF and XT. This is my answer. AC means XT, YT. We cannot be sure that if the first event is true, other will be true or false. We cannot say that if first event is true, the second will be true or false. Can't say that. D, CD, YT, YF. This obviously cannot be the answer, as same event cannot be true and false together. Right? So in the either or question, what we need to see is that if the first statement is false, okay, then second one will be true. That is the answer. What will be my two answers here? YF, XT, that can be one of the answer, or XF, YT, that can be one of the answer. Why? Because both the things cannot be false together. So if first one is false, second one will be true. That's it. Baba, Anusha, Agra, someone from, sorry, Anusha, I think you have switched on your camera. Kindly switch it off, beta. Okay. Everybody, please put your camera in off mode. Beta, this is fine, kya? Both cannot be false together. That's why what will be my two answers? If the first statement is false, second will be true. That's my answer. No, XTYF is not a good option. First is true, second can be true also and false also. Second can be true also and false also. So first true वाला तो कभी mark नहीं करना. First true वाला कभी भी mark नहीं करना. ठीक है? Now Ayushi and all those who are having problem in step number 3, right? 1 minute, 1 minute. Don't look here. Forget about this. Focus what I am saying. Focus on what I am saying. Whatever is written, I will say that, but sometimes language confuses us. What I am saying is that in either or question, it is not possible that both the statements will be together false. So I am saying that if X is false, Y can't be false. Y has to be true. So this is my one answer. If X is false, Y has to be true. Both the statement can't be false. How will you say? If first statement is false, second will be true. If first statement is false, second will be true. Other answer will be YF and XT. Again, first statement false, second statement has to be true. Now, many people, like somebody asked, they also mark this as the answer. If one statement is first statement is true, second can be false, also true also. So can be may I can't mark this as the answer. These are my two answers. Is it clear? Ayushi and few others who were asking this, is it clear? What you need to remember here is XFYT, YFXT. If first statement is false, only then I can mark as something as the answer. Otherwise, I cannot mark. Now, somebody was asking me to go back to the last slide. What was last slide? Just quickly have a look better. If you want to write it down, write down. We will move. XFYF is obviously wrong. Both can't be false. So this can never be the answer. It is not possible. So that's why, because it is not possible, that's why we are saying XF hai to YT hoga, YF hai to XT hoga. Right. Now let us solve few questions. You will solve it and tell me the answer. Apply the approach, tell me the answer. Priya, it is not the answer. If you want to understand, understand. Otherwise, you wait and I will explain after the class. XT, YT cannot be the answer. That's the first thing we are saying, that both true. We can say, we cannot say. I can't say anything. Yeah. So this is only if and only when type of category question. So fatafat, first thing that you should do is only if and only when. What are the two answers? Quickly tell me. What are the two answers? That way we will revise also. Only if and only when. What are the two answers? AT, CT and CFAF. Fine. These are the two answers. Note it down. Note it down. Let us break it down to condition and action. What is the condition here? The teaching standard is destroyed. This is my condition. Examination result will be poor. This is my action. First is examination result is poor. This is action true. Teaching standard is not destroyed. This is condition false. Examination result is not poor. Examination result is poor is my action true. So this is action false. Teaching standard is destroyed. This is condition. Without looking at the option, what are my two answers? ATCT, 1, 4 can be one answer. All right. Or CFAF, 2, 3 can be one answer. Which of these is given? This is given. Right answer. Got it? Yes. Everyone? Right. Solve this. First and foremost, identify what type of question is this. This is if question. So if question ke, what are my two answers? CTAT and AFCF. These are my two answers. Now solve the question. Okay, let us see. The computer will not work if operating system fails. What is the condition here? If के बाद वाला चीज is condition ना, हमेशा see if somebody is saying this is the condition, वो रटा हुआ है. हम भी रटा ही रहे हैं. if के बाद वाले को देखो, आप order में मत रटो. if के बाद वाला is the condition. So operating system fails is the condition here. Computer will not work is the action here. Please be with me. Everybody, please be with me. Is this right? Here the condition is if operating, obviously if ke baad wala is condition. Operating system fails is the condition and computer will not work is the action. Operating system fails, condition true. Operating system does not fail, condition false. The computer does not work, the computer does not work, computer will not work is the given one. So this is action true. Please, this is a trap. Please do not say it as action false. This is not action false. Whatever is given in the statement is action true. This is given in the statement. Computer will not work is given in the statement. That's why this will be action true. Computer works is action false. What will be my two answers? CTAT. CTAT is either 1, 3 or AFCF. AFCF is 4, 2. 4, 2 is given. Right? Those who got it wrong, option C, कुछ लोग बोल रहे थे 1, 4. 1, 4 जो बोल रहे थे, they must have identified the wrong condition and action. Ananya, you will not get confused in the exam. You practice it after the class. I am giving you the formula. If you practice 10 questions of each type, you will master it. No issues at all. CT, AT, AF, CF. AF, just remember that. CT, AT, AF, CF. ये if वाला केस है. Only if वाला केस इसका उल्टा है. AT, CT है. And CF है. ये only if वाला केस है. What is there? These are the two answers. You just have to remember that. खत्म हो गई बात. चलो, either or, tricky question. Many people get it wrong, but now you can identify it as X or Y and then do it. No, half the people are getting it wrong. Let me solve. Either you go to town or you don't buy bread. What is this? Let me identify you go to town as X and you don't buy bread as Y. Think this is X, this is Y. You went to town, X true. You bought bread. What is you bought bread? Y true or Y false? Come on, answer me this. That's where you have got this one wrong. You don't buy bread is what? You buy false. Very right. This is Y false. You didn't buy bread is Y true. You don't go to town is X false. Now guys, focus here. What are the two answers? The only two answers are XF YT, YF XT. That's it. First one false, second one true. Of course, of different events. XF YT. So one answer can be DC. The other answer can be if Y is false, X has to be true. Y is false is B and X true is A. So these are the only two answers that are possible. Out of this, this is given. Now many people will mark AB as the answer because first one is true, second has to be false. I said this can never be the answer. Please remember this. XF YT YF XT, either or question. ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना उधर पे. You will waste your time and you will confuse yourself more. Just remember this, end of the story. Many people were saying CA. Many people were saying CA. What is CA? CA is Y true and X true. Oh, not answer. If first one is true, I cannot say anything about whether second will be true or false. This is what we have said, guys. Let us go back again to the Deepika wala answer. Sorry, Deepika wala cheez. कौन सा था वो? यहाँ था. पहला वाला ट्रू है तो आई कैन नॉट से वेदर सेकंड वन विल बी फॉल्स और ट्रू. एनीथिंग कैन बी देयर. सो फर्स्ट ट्रू इज नॉट पॉसिबल. आंसर कभी होगा ही नहीं. फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट ट्रू. व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज अंडरस्टैंड गाइस, you will never have answer like this. These will never be your answer. First statement true will never be your answer. These all four, they can never be your answer and people mark them as the answer and commit mistake. Got it? CA is both true. Devpriya, you just need to check your concept. I don't, why you don't buy bread? You don't buy bread is Y true. This is you don't buy bread, Y true. That's it. Everybody, I hope here with me. Why not C? Let us see why. What is C? BD. You bought bread is Y false. D is you don't go to town. X false. What I am saying, this can't be answer. Both cannot be false together. Aditya, both cannot be false together. If first one is false, second has to be true. That's why this is not the answer. Okay. So what I want you to remember is this. First one is false, second has to be true. This is the only possibility. XF, YT, YF, XT. That's it. Chalo. Solve this. Which of the four can be concluded if this is given? Himesh uses his nose for singing in movie only if he acts in movie. Only if question. Only if question. My answers are AT, CT, and CF. If now see which of the four falls into this category. Mark it. Beta आराम से हाँ. See, Himesh uses his nose for singing in a movie only if he acts. What is the condition here? Tell me what is the condition here? What is the condition here? Acts in it is the condition, right? He acts is the condition. This is the condition. This is the action, right? What is first one? Himesh acted in a movie. Therefore, he used his nose. This cannot be the answer. Why? Why this cannot be the answer? Because in only if question, CT80 is not the answer. This is CT80. This is condition true. And therefore, through condition true, I am trying to conclude about action. CT80 is not the answer in only if. Himesh did not act in a movie. Did not act in a movie means action false. Did not act in a movie is action false. Sorry. Condition false. Did not act in a movie is condition false. If condition is false and action is also false, then that is the right answer. So he did not use his nose. So he did not use his nose is action false. So CFAF is right. CFAF is right. What is C? Let us see C. Because you are saying C also. Himesh did not use his nose for singing in a movie. Himesh does not use his nose. What is this? Action false or action true? Action false or action true? Come on. Action false. Action false से कभी only if का आंसर आ ही नहीं सकता. Why? Because ATCT होता है ना, AFCF तो हो ही नहीं सकता. Can't be the answer. This can't be the answer. Can't be the answer. What was first one? Himesh acted in a movie. Is condition true? In only if question, condition true and action true is not the answer. Condition true and action true is not the answer. We have learned this. So first one is CT80. If CT is there, then AT is happening. Not the answer. Got it? See guys, only thing now to make that 100% possible, 100% accuracy possible is practicing 5-10 questions of each type that you can find on the net, on your study material, in the test, anywhere. Just practice that. Chalo. Now this is a different type of question. This is not directly given in the only if, only when form, but convert it in only if and only when form and then solve it. Take your time. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Take your time and then do it. Right. No, it is not only if. Let us see what is it. Dairy milk is offered as free with every purchase of choco layers, right? So if you are purchasing choco layers, then you are getting dairy milk. That is what it is trying to say, right? If you are purchasing choco layers, then you are getting dairy milk. Of course, you can get dairy milk other ways also. It is not saying that you will get dairy milk only if you purchase choco layers, right? So it is saying that dairy milk is offered as free with every purchase of choco layers. It is quite possible that dairy milk is offered as free with say any other toffee also, right? So it is saying that if you purchase choco layers, you will get dairy milk. So this is if wala question. This is if wala question. Now here you need to change the language slightly. This is if wala question. Now if the question is if wala, then my two answers are CTAT and AFCF. I sure now you can solve this. Yes, answer is option number D. Okay, right? Sakshi, you can attend the class till the time you want. You can leave the class if it is not adding value. So I can't say till when it will be over. Maybe another 30 minutes or so. The statement and argument is remaining. But I want this to be very clear to all the students. Chalo, solve this question. Either or question. Now you will tell me the right answer, guys. Option D थोड़ा सा देख लेना. Option D is both, है ना? Option D is both. Was given in some other way. Yes, Pranjal, it should be there in RS Agarwal. Chalo, come on. Yeah, 90% of you are getting it right. Only few have got it wrong. Answer is option number D. Very easy. Let us see. Either Amir is angry or he shows mock anger. Let me say Amir angry as X and he shows mock anger as Y. Amir shows mock anger, Y true. Amir is angry, X true. Amir does not show mock anger, Y false. Amir is not angry is X false. What are my two answers, guys? XF, YT. That is one sequence that can be the right answer. The other sequence is YF, XT. That is the other sequence that can be the right answer. So what are my right answers? XF, YT is 4-1 and YF, XT is 3-2. So both are my right answer. 1-2 only is what? YT, XT. See beta, फिर से वही mistake. I am time and again saying the only two possible answers are XFYT and YFXT. Right, guys. Is this clear? Yeah. Yukti, very nicely put up. First condition cannot be true. वो हो ही नहीं सकता. ठीक है? First condition false वाला ही आंसर होगा. First condition false और second true वाला. दोनों false नहीं करना है. ठीक है. चलो. Last question again of only if type. Only if type का है. ठीक है? आप सब सही करेंगे. Only if ka, what are the two possible answers? Note it down. Now, don't write it here whether it is XT, XF. Now you can just look at the options and tell. Okay, done. Right. What is this? Only if and only when question. Only if and only when. What are my two answers, guys? A, T, C, T, C, F, A, F. These are my two answers. Let me see what is DA. DA is he will not lie. He will not lie. He will not lie is my action true. I am his teacher is my condition and this is action. What is A? I am his teacher. Condition true. Definitely this is the right answer. I don't have to check anything else. Others can't be the answer. What is DB? DB is he will not lie. That is action true. And B is condition false. ATCF तो कभी आंसर वैसे ही हमने नहीं देखा है. Answer is option A. Fine. Right. Now, please tell me, are we into the quadrant 4? Right. Now, I will say only one thing. Practice. Practice, beta. Practice. अक्षत क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 एंड में बताऊंगा. अभी आगे बढ़ना है. आप रुक जाना, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. If you solve 10 questions of each type, you will be definitely here on the exam day also. Today, I'm sure you would have got this belief that there is a method that I have taught you, and with this method, you will get 100% accuracy, and you will be here. So because we cannot practice 30 questions, 10 questions of each type, I'm sure you have got this logic. Okay? Yeah, I will go to the dairy milk question after the class. Abhi ke liye we will move ahead. Are you all just want to understand? Are you all appreciating this fact? No, that this is a topic that can be handled and it can give you 100% accuracy also. ठीक, थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर अभी होगा, वो प्रैक्टिस करके आ जाएगा. You just need to remember what ATCT CFAF. This should be your life. ATCT CFAF for the only if question के लिए CTAT and AFCF. ठीक, चल. Now, before we move ahead, I'm sure that quite a few of you are already my students in CR Nuggets for Law exam. For those who are not, I'm just introducing because quite a few of you have attended my session are attending my session for the first time. I have a recorded program called CR Nuggets in which I have recorded 37 sessions of critical reasoning. All the topics are discussed in this particular in such kind of manner. I have given 5 practice tests for critical reasoning. I have also now given 10 topic tests. We had one championship, T10 championship. So there were 10 topic tests. One topic per session is discussed. If you want to check about the session, not session, about the program, you can visit my website, crnuggets.com. Even if you don't do that, I will suggest at least do these 2 things that will help you. You can join my Telegram channel. I post questions almost every 2-3 days. On Sunday, this Sunday, I haven't been able to post because I had the session today. I post one passage and 5 questions. Original 5 questions I create and one RC and CR passage. Fine. You can visit that. You can join that channel. And this is my YouTube channel in which I give the video solutions of RCs. These days, I'm coming up with the series CLAT Simplified. So a lot of students have some common questions. So dealing with those kind of questions, right? So that you please check all the details. And if you wish to join, you can join through crnuggets.com. Let us proceed to the next part. In statement and argument, what is your mental state? Whether you run away from this, it gives you headache, you don't have any clue, or you are absolutely sure about it. Fine. Now I promise you that I can't say that you will be in 4 after this class. I can't say. I was sure about logical consistency. That's why I promised 100% आएगा. वो आएगा ही आएगा. उसमें तरीका है. In this, I am saying that you will be somewhere here. पक्का है. You will get the hang of the topic. You solve it. As many questions you solve, you will realize that in statement and argument questions, you can never get 100% accuracy. Okay, but we will try to understand the logic of such questions. So let us understand what is a strong argument. Okay, now before we solve the question, let me first and foremost, okay, this is instruction. You read this instruction, because many people must not have seen, some may not have seen the pattern. Okay, this is the pattern. What happens is one statement is given followed by 2 arguments. You have to identify which of the 2 argument is strong. For example, here, this is CLAT 2009 question. This was a statement. 2 arguments were given. You were supposed to tell which of the 2 is strong. Fine. This is the pattern of the question. Now how to solve it? Let's go. Don't worry. Don't read these things right now. I will explain. First and foremost, what qualifies as a strong statement? Rule. Important rule. It should address the issue directly. So whatever statement is given as an argument, my argument should address the issue directly. What is the issue? Issue is the वो main thing ना जो पूछा था. This is the issue. This is the issue. So what we are saying is this. First and foremost, see whether this is answering my question or not. If it answers my question, then it passes the first level of filtration. I can say that, okay, now I will check whether it is a strong or weak. Right? First and foremost is rule 1, whether it is answering my question, just it, answering my question. Whether it is right or wrong answer, forget about it. What happens sometimes, you know, issue is given and argument is, whatever is mentioned in argument is 100% correct, but that is not answering the issue. So that's why it will never be strong argument. So first is it should address the issue directly. If it addresses the issue directly, then we will see whether it is strong or weak. Just because it is addressing the issue doesn't mean that it will be strong. To qualify as strong, it should have one of the 2 things. To qualify as strong, it should have one of the 2 things. Either it is an established fact. If it is established fact, we will say strong argument. For example, smoking should be banned in public places. Issue is given, should smoking be banned in public places? You are saying yes, because even passive smoking is harmful and injurious to health. Now this is an established fact. So you will say that's why it is a strong argument, because it is established fact that passive smoking, established through scientific research or established through common belief, whatever. So something is a fact, can be a strong argument. If it is not a fact, then if it is a logical thing, then also we will say, yeah, it is a strong argument. Now, what do we mean by logical thing? Logical thing means it doesn't, I can't say whether it is a fact or not, but logically it seems that there should be a relation. Logically, it seems there should be a relation. For example, study for 10 hours and you will be successful in CLAT. Now, there is no factual information with me which says that whether this will be right or wrong. Study for 10 hours to crack CLAT. But logically, it feels, yes, if I put effort of 10 hours every day, I should be able to clear the exam. That's why it is a strong argument. Logically, it should be, if something is logically true, even that qualifies as a strong argument. What are few of the logics? Few of the other logics are, for just giving you example, there are so many logic. Few of some for example, if demand of something is very high, price may increase. That is one cause and effect relationship. Fine. So these kind of things we are saying. What kind of thing does not qualify as a strong argument? Let us understand. Hypothetical statements. Now we have said what we are trying to understand what is not logical. We are saying hypothetical statements are not logical to speak. What do you mean by hypothetical statement? Hypothetical statement is something of this sort. Condition लगा दिया, assumption है, assume कर रहा हूं that this will happen. If and then लगा दिया बहुत सारे. If it happens, then that can happen. So for example, I say that government should make vaccine compulsory for all. Yeah, government should give free vaccine to all. That's the issue. Government should give free vaccine to all. That's the issue. So you are saying, yes, government should give, no, government should not give free vaccine because few people may misuse it. Now, whatever misuse is, forget about it. Few people may do something that's an imaginary thing. That's a fiction that you are creating in your mind. Hypothetical means imaginary. It may happen, may not happen. That's a weak argument. Opinionated statements. Opinionated statement means a statement given without any substance or support. These are always weak statements. They cannot qualify as a strong argument. Statements with populist suggestions. What are populist statements with populist suggestion means? Doing something because majority wants it. That is populist. Doing something because majority wants it. So tomorrow majority says that India should have uniform civil code. So question is, should India have uniform civil code? This is the issue. You are saying yes, it should have because majority of the people are in favor of this. This is a populist suggestion. It can never be the answer. Not a strong argument. Because majority believes just do something is not a strong argument. That is what we mean by populist. Irrelevant comparison is always weak. Irrelevant comparison means comparing apple to oranges. Oh, can't be done. Comparing, saying that India should do something because everyone in world is doing. Right? Because everybody in the world is doing, India should do something is not a strong argument. Because India is different, other countries are different, can't compare just on the basis of this. If there is some other parameter, then definitely comparison can be made. Extreme statements and rigid statements are not a strong argument. Extreme statements means suggesting something too extreme. Rigid statement is a statement like this: shall we allow live-in relationships? Shall we allow live-in relationship is the issue. So somebody is saying no, it is against the Indian tradition, and come what may, we will not go against the tradition. Or rigidity. Rigid. Shall the government implement new policy? You are saying no, government should not implement because whatever they implement, it fails. Rigid. Yes? Right. Yes, depend. Logically, truest arguments are strong. That's what we are saying. Either it has to be fact or it has to be logically true. Right? See, guys, understand these are few. First and foremost, you are not reading a theoretical subject. What I mean to say is that there is no way we can say that these are always weak or strong. These are subjective in nature. These are few of my observations. I eliminate options through this. Okay? Right? Akanshi, what is your problem if it were that vaccine should not be provided for free? Yeah, that is a strong argument because it will put economic burden in the country is a strong argument. Okay, now somebody is asking if a law against smoking is made, an argument is that people will not follow it. Is it a strong argument? No, it is not a strong argument. Danda maro people ko. People will not follow that. That's the job of the government to do it. Okay? Again, it's something we are saying, it's a populist suggestion. People don't want it. Tomorrow people will say, please, I don't like security checking in the airport. It is inconvenient to me. And then entire country begins to say, okay, please don't have security check in the airport. It causes so much inconvenience. Then will government do that? Government will not do that. Should not do that. These are all populist measures, right? So what I will say is that only think about two things: whether the given thing is a fact or does it look logical. If either of the two fulfills, say it as strong. Now, even after learning these things and practicing even 50 questions, we all need to understand that in this topic, 100% accuracy will be difficult to achieve. We need to live with this fact, right? Okay. So, chalo. So I've explained this. We will solve the question. Should a total ban be put on trapping wild animals? Okay. So first and foremost, sorry, Abhi, we will see this. What is the answer? Answer is both are weak. Brilliant. Both are weak. Why both are weak? Because first one is not answering my question. It is asking about shall we put trap on shall we put ban on this, and you are saying that yes, because they are making lot of money. Hell, it is asking about putting ban on trapping, and you are saying trappers are making lot of money. How is this a strong argument? First is irrelevant. It is not at all answering my question. Second is ban on hunting and trapping are not effective. Again, saying something like this, we have always been like this, and that is why we will not do it. We have always like this. Now, please understand, it doesn't matter whether you tell them as opinion, irrelevant, or whatever. I have put it, my view. This is just an opinion. It is not answering something which is being asked. And the second is too much rigid. We have been always like this. So don't do it. You won't be asked to give the reason. This is just for your sake of understanding. If you disagree with this part, I am fine. All of you should agree with whether answer is D or not. That's fine. Chalo. Again, should government jobs in rural areas have more incentives? Okay, let us see. Now, first, yes, incentives are essential. So first level of filter is this answering the question? Yes, this is answering the question, because question is about incentives in rural area, and this is about it. So now if it is answering my question, let me see whether it is an established fact or if it is a logical thing. So what is being asked, should government jobs in rural areas have more incentives? Should we give more money or any other incentive to government employees who work in rural areas? So answer option number A is yes. Incentives are essential for attracting government servants there. There means rural areas. Now, why will somebody want to work in rural areas? So he's saying that give them incentive, they will get attracted to it. So obviously this is not a fact, but this looks logical. That if you want to send someone in rural area, give them some incentive. That's why people will get attracted. So this is a strong argument, logical thing to do. Incentive can be in anything, not necessarily in money. Second, no, rural areas are already cheaper, healthier, and less complex than big cities. So why offer extra incentives? Look at the extremity. Rural areas anyways cheaper. Why to give extra incentive? Incentive doesn't necessarily mean money. Incentive can be of any other thing also. So answer is A. 2 is bit extreme in the wordings. Why offer extra incentive? Exclamation. So many people got it right. Okay. Okay. Government servants have to work where they are asked by the government. What is the need for incentive? Please check. They get the incentive. They get various kind of allowances also. Okay. Should the political parties be banned? No, Maitri, even then it wouldn't have been right, because then we would have said it's an opinion. We don't have any base to say that. Should political parties be banned? What will happen if political parties will be banned? If there is no political parties, how will election happen? Answer is option number 2. 2 is strong. 1 is bit extreme. It is necessary to teach lesson to politicians. Why I am saying populist? Because many people believe ये politician ना चोर है, इनको सबक सिखाना चाहिए. So please don't fall into this trap. ठीक है? Answer is 2. You all are right. Got it. No. Look at the first one. No, private operators do not agree to operate on non-profitable sectors. What is it asking? Focus on the question. Should private operators be allowed to operate passenger train service in India? It is asking, shall we allow private operators to do something? What is argument 1 saying? No, they will not agree. They will not agree to operate on non-profitable sectors. What are non-profitable sectors? Do we know whether this is profitable or not? Plus, if they have not agreed so far, we are saying they will still not agree. We have solved this kind of question, guys. This is a rigid statement. They do not agree. Make them agree. We can't say they will not agree just because in the past they have not agreed. Yes, it will improve the quality of Indian rail services. Now understand, it is talking about India. Why we always go for private things? Why private हॉस्पिटल में जाएंगे, गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में नहीं जाएंगे, प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में जाएंगे, गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में नहीं जाएंगे? Why? Because that's the fact we all know, because of its quality. So first one is a rigid or hypothetical. Why am I saying rigid? Because it says that because they have done so in past, they will do again same thing. Okay? And we can also say hypothetical, like they will not work in non-profitable sector. We don't know whether this is profitable or not profitable. Okay, so 2 is strong here. 2 is strong. 1 is not. Chal. No, see, quality is not hypothetical because India के respect में बात कर रहा है, तो it's a fact. So I'm saying if it is a fact, if you can verify it that it happens, it's strong. Okay. Now please do not fall into your bias. It was about India, guys. See, sorry, this is about India. Question आप लोग ठीक से पढ़ते नहीं, and then you argue with me. Right. Should the system of reservation of post for scheduled caste be introduced in private sector? What will happen? Yes, this would give more opportunity of development to these groups. So can this be verified? Can we say it's a factual thing that reservation will give them more opportunity of development? Yes, this is a factual thing. We know that. Whether it is right or wrong, forget about it. Don't get into that. Now, no, it should not be done because it affects merit. Of course, whenever you give reservation, you are affecting merit. That's also a logical thing to say. So both are strong. Both are strong. Okay, right? So we end here. I hope that you have got some sense of how to approach a statement and argument question. I really wish that you all fall into the fourth quadrant after some practice. Fine. If you are getting 80% right, you are in zone 4. We have solved 5 questions. If you have got 4 right, in zone 4. 4 after practice aa jaye. Koi doubt nahi. Just remember the things I have told. So once again, I am sharing the link of the Telegram channel. And guys, you can mail me also. Oh God, something has happened. Yeah. Again, I am sharing all the 3 things: Telegram channel, YouTube channel, and this. Please join this. And guys, see, you all are posting right now. I'm not able to see each and every post because there are so many messages. Harshvardhan, I have seen your message. You are saying your score in CR is not increasing. Please mail me and we will fix up a time and talk about it if needed be. But please mail me and I will tell you what I want from your side. Okay. Okay. I'm showing the first slide of statement and argument. What was that? This was the first slide. My mail ID. Yes, I'm sharing it with everyone. Don't worry. Please, for 2 minutes, don't type anything, guys, in the chat box. This is my mail ID. If you have any concern related to CLAT, do that. You can also post in the YouTube description box of any video. I will answer to your queries. And joining CR Nuggets will help you in English and critical reasoning both. At least you will get the logic of solving the question. Okay? You will get the recording of this session. Don't worry. I will ask them to upload it. Yes, Aditya, unfortunately, we have to charge it because it takes a lot of my effort. Right now, we had a problem in this question. Few people asked me, right? So let us see this question. Now, dairy milk is offered as free with every purchase of choco layers. So we are saying that if you are purchasing choco layers, then dairy milk will be offered. So this is a if wala question. You can reframe it. If you purchase choco layers, dairy milk will be offered as free. If you are confused why I'm writing this, just translate the given statement in your mother tongue, whatever language you think, or try to understand. You are going to a shop, you are purchasing a choco layers. So when you purchase a choco layers, that person is giving you dairy milk. So choco layers kharida, you get the dairy milk. Condition is purchasing choco layers. Action is getting dairy milk. So this is if wala question. If it is if wala question, then CT80 and AFCF. Guys, CR Nuggets is for 2021 course only. For 2022, I will launch it in the month of August. Don't worry, please. 2022 students, don't join that course right now. only 2021 students should join. It is written in the website also. Okay. Now those who were having problem in this question, I hope this is clear, and now you can get to the answer also. Chalo guys, bye bye then. I will share the recordings. It will be uploaded.